painting your knuckles in 5 great new products this week on Cody's Office. Hi, I'm Cody Grivno and welcome to this week's installment of Cody's Office. We have 5 new products for you, so let's get started. Static grass has been a popular scenery product for several years now, and if you're looking for a way to apply it, try the Faller Grass Fix. You can find this product at your favorite Faller dealer. The Grass Fix features an on-off switch, the hopper where the static grass goes, and the compartment for the 9-volt battery, which is not included. It also features this grounding clip, which needs to be attached to the scenery while you're working on it. In addition, the Grass Fix comes with this clip-on sifter filter and this sample bag of static grass. You can learn more about this product and its features at the Faller website. Next up is the reissued Kato N-Scale U30C diesel locomotive. The ready-to-run model sells for $110. The model uses Kato magnetic knuckle couplers and features a separately applied snowplow and plastic handrails. Some of the upgrades of the model include an updated DCC-friendly split frame mechanism and a revised detailed underframe which allows the locomotive to be fitted with body-mounted knuckle couplers. In addition to Union Pacific, the locomotive is decorated for Santa Fe, Burlington Northern, both Standard Scheme and Bicentennial, and the U.S. Department of Transportation. Atlas is offering its HO scale 48-foot Gunderson well car new paint schemes and road numbers. The ready-to-run models sell for $29.95. The car features improved body tooling since the first run and features metal wheel sets. It's decorated for Southwind, which is the new paint scheme, in 4 road numbers. The car also includes a modeler applied brake wheel. The car is also offered in 4 new road numbers for the BNSF and TTX paint schemes. You can find these models at your favorite Atlas dealer. Next up is the HO Scale Davenport department store from Woodland Scenics. This factory assembled and painted kit sells for $74.99. The building includes signs, awnings, and lights, as well as window displays with mannequins. The rear of the building features fire escapes and a power meter box. And the detailed roof is weathered. You can find the Davenport department store at your favorite hobby shop. It's coming to your town. It's putting the rail down. It's an American crane from Walthers. The HO Scale motorized crane sells for $79.98. The crane features RP25 metal wheel sets, a die-cast metal frame, and factory-applied rigging. The crane uses Protomax metal magnetic knuckle couplers, and the operator's cab features clear window glazing. The model also has the distinct raised American lettering on its counterweight. The crane is designed for direct current operation, but instructions for converting it to digital command control are included. For the latest product information, be sure to visit the new products section of modelrailroader.com. Now we're on to this week's modeling tip. Knuckle couplers are obviously an important part of any piece of rolling stock on your layout, but you can make them look even more realistic by painting them. Now yesterday I went ahead and I painted a batch of knuckle couplers with polyscale rust, but you can use any other color like railroad tie brown or roof brown. The key thing is you want to thin the paint enough that it'll cover the coupler but not affect the operation of the spring. Now I mounted my couplers with a piece of masking tape onto a popsicle stick. But our executive editor, Andy Sperandio, has an even cooler method. He has these alligator clips mounted on a piece of wood as shown in the photo here. Now once the paint is dried, I'm going to go ahead and use a micro brush to paint the trip pin. Then I'm going to color the tip with a silver paint marker to simulate the glad hand. Let me show you how I do it. With the micro brush loaded with some polyscale tarnished black, I'm just going to go ahead and brush down the trip pin. Make sure we get it covered completely. Okay, we'll give the paint a couple minutes to dry and then we'll come in with our silver Sharpie and finish it up. Okay, so we'll come in with the silver Sharpie, and the trip pins usually have a bevel on the end, and I just like to touch the Sharpie to each side of the bevel. Alright, and like that, the coupler's done. If you're looking for a real easy rainy day project that will enhance the realism of your freight cars, try painting knuckle couplers. Well, we're over at the computer to check out this week's viewer mail, and we have quite a few to get to this week, so let's jump right into it. Our first letter comes to us from Sean in New York, and he notices that he hasn't seen much G-scale coverage in Model Railroader. Well, Sean, we run indoor G-scale layouts as we get them, and you're actually in luck. In the August 2011 issue, which is coming out shortly, we have a story about Entertainment Junction. It's a really exciting article with some great photos and a really neat track plan, so I think you'll enjoy that story. Our next letter comes to us from Phil in Vermont, and he wants to know if the figures in the closing credits of Cody's office are painted to resemble specific staff members. Well, Phil, they are. The beer line was modeled for our 75th anniversary, and we kind of had our own vision of history where the original Kalmbach building, which is shown here, was actually located on the beer line. And the three figures that are in that photo are Al Kalmbach and his two assistants holding the first press run of Model Railroader magazine. Incidentally, Al took that entire press run with him on the streetcar to the post office. Our next letter comes to us from Chris in the great state of Minnesota, and he wants some tips on stripping paint and removing decals. Well, Chris, I actually did an article back in the May 2009 issue on stripping paint off of a locomotive and then repainting it and adding decals. For this particular project, I used chameleon paint remover, but there are a lot of other techniques, including using 91% isopropyl alcohol, pine sol, and even other commercial paint strippers. And after you've stripped the paint off a model, you want to be sure to wash it in warm soapy water. Our next letter comes to us from Robert in California, and he wants to know about getting back issues of the magazine or getting copies of specific articles. Well, Robert, you certainly can. Just call our customer sales and service department at 1-800-533-6644 or email customerservice@kalmbach.com, and they can let you know if the back issue's in stock. If it's not, they'll be happy to make a copy of the article or an entire issue for you. However, be aware there is a fee for this service. Our next letter comes to us from Peter in Washington, and he noticed that in the last episode of Cody's office, the word cotton in cotton belt was misspelled. Well, David was working late that night getting ready to go on vacation, so that accounts for the typo there, but thanks for catching it. Our final letter comes to us from Greg in Australia. And he lost a 60-year collection of MR in some flooding and wants to know if we'll be releasing a DVD with the entire collection of Model Railroader. Well, Greg, we're sorry to hear about your loss in the flooding. However, you are in luck. We're going to be releasing MR's 75-year collection on DVD coming this fall. It'll feature every page of every issue from 1934 to 2009, including the advertisements. You can learn more about it on our website, where there's a link and an order page, so check that out. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Cody's Office. We'll see you back here next time. He hasn't seen Let's just take press fit clip. Okay. I didn't look at the price today. We are trained professionals. Do not attempt this at home.
Hi, if you've enjoyed this episode of Cody's Office, you can watch more than 130 other episodes by becoming a subscriber to Model Railroader magazine today.